Today, we are going to be discussing the U.S. Constitution and its principles. You might be asking yourself, what is the U.S. Constitution? Well, my friend, the U.S. Constitution acts as a framework for the American government. It limits their powers, describes their duties, and it also outlines the rights and freedoms of the people. Have you ever heard of James Madison? He is the father of the Constitution, simply because he created the idea of the Constitution. In addition to James Madison, the Constitution has many thoughtful and passionate minds behind it, such as Benjamin Franklin, Alexander Hamilton, and George Washington, who actually presided the Constitutional Convention. The Constitutional Convention was a meeting in which our current Constitution was created. It was at that same meeting that the Constitution was signed, in September 17, 1787. The U.S. Constitution was newly revised in 1992. But why was the Constitution written? Well, it was written to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings and liberties to ourselves and our prosperity. The Constitution consists of three parts: the preamble, which explains the purposes and goals of the Constitution; the articles, which are 7 articles that provide the basic framework for our government; the amendments, the first 10 amendments being the Bill of Rights. The U.S. Constitution has 7 principles, but we'll explain 3 for now. Checks and balances, which is a fundamental principle of the American government guaranteed by the Constitution, whereby each branch of the government has influence over the other branches and may choose to block procedures of the branches. This system is used to keep the government from getting too powerful in one branch. For example, the executive branch can veto or reject the bills from the legislative branch, but the judicial branch can override a veto. Popular sovereignty is a principle that states the authority of a state and its government is created and sustained by the consent of its people. This idea comes from the Declaration of Independence, which says that the government's power is based on the consent of the governed. We exercise this by voting and serving as a jury member. The third principle we choose is separation of powers, which is a principle that keeps legislation, executive, and judicial powers of the government in separate bodies, each one contributing different perspectives on the laws being passed or declined. The legislative branch is made up of 2 groups, the House of Representatives and the U.S. State Senators. They make the laws. The executive branch, the commander-in-chief, also known as the president, oversees this branch. This branch enforces the law. The judicial branch is made up of the Supreme Court. They interpret the laws. That concludes the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.